All right. Good morning and welcome to Bedhead Chat with Chad. I just got my cappuccino done. Sorry for that 3 seconds that you didn't get to see my beautiful bedhead, but that is okay. Clipped audio will sound bad. Oh, clipped audio will sound bad. I don't know what it's telling me there, but it's probably saying, Chad, you're too loud. See, my wife must be working with Mevo and saying, Chad, you're too loud. So, okay, I think I got it fixed now. Woo, now you can't see me. She's definitely working with Mevo. All right, hold on 1 second. Here we go. Boom, let me fix the audio. Turn that down a little bit. All right, I think we are set. Well, good morning and welcome to Bedhead Chat with Chad. It is a beautiful day once again in Nome, Alaska. Welcome to the it's the end of the world as you know it edition of Bedhead Chat with Chad. I chose that for a reason. See, this is our last week here in Nome, Alaska before we move out. Hey, Rita, good morning. Chris, oh, look, the countdown worked. Oh, sarcasm. Coming from Chris, that means a lot. I'm glad I was late getting my cappuccino. But this is our last week here in Nome, Alaska before we move out. And it seems that, as Dana and I were talking, every time we make a major move, something bad happens in the world. Like, for instance, we lived in Dowagiac most of our lives, and then we uprooted our whole life and our whole ministry, and we moved not too far away. But the first time we made a major move in our life, anyone want to guess the date? I'll give you a hint. It started with September. Anyone want to guess what the other two, the number was behind September? September 11th. Yeah, September 11th. Dave comes like, I haven't seen you spilled anything on yourself yet. And you're not going to, Dave. Here's for you, Dave. Now, as you say that, if you notice, I've worn the same clothes for like a week now, 2 weeks now, because we've packed. We're in packing mode, and if you can see behind my screen here, there's not a whole lot of stuff left. Because when you live in Nome, Alaska, or if you live out in the villages or the city, I say city, and I keep on wanting to say village because it is a city. But when you live in Alaska, in Western Alaska, where the only way there is by plane or by boat, which you're not going to get there by boat right now, believe me, you got to ship everything. So if I want stuff to be at my house when I get there, it had to be shipped out last week. So most of the stuff that we own that we would like to have in our apartment in the first week or so when we arrive is already gone. So we're living basically hotel style right now. So other than some of my equipment, which will all go in my backpack and my carry-on, it's gone. So, I have my cappuccino machine here still, but that's because I sold it already, and I have to give it up in 3 days. Actually, tomorrow. Oh my gosh! Wait, today's the 4th. I got till the 6th, and I have to give that up on the 6th because I've already sold it. But the deal was I get to keep it till May 6th. So we're living we're living with not very much left. So yeah, that's what it's like when you move. So yeah, it's not exactly fun. So I've got the same clothes, but that's not because I've only got 2 pairs of clothes. It's because we do laundry so much here between the little bit that we have left on us and this whole COVID thing. Because we've been out and about a little bit more. And then, we've been going out to the Bering Sea. And, if you heard me talk before, I have this tendency when I get out to the Bering Sea to have to do laundry when I get home. Like last night I went out and I got wet more than once. See, the cool part about the Bering Sea right now is it's thawing out. And it's really shallow where we're going, so it's safe. Except for it's kind of like walking on a glacier because underneath everything is frozen. And it's frozen fairly deep, not super deep. But you walk out there and it's the shallow end of stuff that we're walking on. But you might walk and all of a sudden to be a hole that's, oh, I think the deepest hole we found was 3.5, 4 feet deep. But you're walking and all of a sudden there's a hole. So, and the holes could shift because we're going in places where there's runoff coming from the spring thaw. And so there's like a creek that you're walking through, and all of a sudden you're walking and you sink, like my leg went under. So we're enjoying walking to the Bering Sea, and all of a sudden I'm in a hole. So yeah, that was my day yesterday. So we've done a lot of laundry. So I realize as we're doing laundry that I'm not digging to the bottom end of my laundry basket. So I've worn this shirt a lot in the last 2 weeks since we've started packing all of our clothes and all of our stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed NASA. I'm not trying to make a political statement or, supporting NASA. Okay, here we go. That's what we'll do. Bedhead, sponsored today by... Now check this out. Now, I know from the side, for the front, it's not as impressive, but wait, check out these side angles. Now, if I was in 4K mode right now, but I'm in Gnome. I can't do 4K, definitely. But, oh wow, if you could see this up close, this is some impressive stuff. I mean, this is the stuff to write home about. This is Bedhead. We're going to have NASA, right there, ready? NASA's going to sponsor this. And just for you, Dave, sponsored by NASA and Aquafina. There you go. Even though this isn't really Aquafina, this is Gnome water, definitely filtered. So, all right. So, you can start throwing words at me, but the whole idea of today is it's the end of the world as you know it, because every time we move, something big happens. I mean, every major move we've had. Like right now, we're moving in the middle of COVID. And let me tell you what, it's a pain in the stinking butt. We got to get permission to leave. We can't just hop on a plane and leave. We've got to get written permission to fly out of Nome, or they won't let us leave. We got to get our temperature checked at the airport by the police and a nurse, or they won't let us get on the airplane, because that's the rules here in Nome. To leave and never come back. Well, not never come back, but you know what I mean. To leave, to exit Nome. So, and then, when we get back to Indiana has lightened up. Unlike some of you, I see some Michigan people here. You guys are kind of a little more stuck than I'll be. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. And I don't need a gun to get what I need wait, what I'm hearing is caused COVID. I caused COVID? Heck, we're trying to protect ourselves from you lower 48ers up here in Alaska. We're up here in Alaska, if you look at the stats for Alaska, we have very little COVID, and we're trying to keep it down there. We call it the lower 48. Okay, so in Alaska, we call you guys kind of like in Michigan. If you live in the UP, they're the Yoopers, and anyone that lives underneath the bridge are called the Trolls. Okay, it's like a different world down there. Right? It's a different world. So in Alaska, and it's not an insult, but we call everyone that lives not in Alaska, that lives anyone in the U.S., we call you guys the lower 48. And it's not a bad thing. It's just you guys are, so I'm moving to the lower 48 because it's a different world down there. And one of the things Dan and I are talking about is how are we going to adjust back to life in the lower 48? Yeah, that is pretty rampant here. Well, COVID is actually going to make it an easier transition, as silly as that sounds. And I'm not saying I'm happy this COVID, don't misunderstand me, but it is so slow paced here. Then we get there and life is going to be a lot slower. So it's going to seem more like Nome when we get to South Bend. Being stuck in our house was not a hard thing for us well, it's hard, but I mean, having a slow pace of life is kind of normal in Nome. I mean, we go to the beach, we walk, we go out in nature, we do stuff, but we don't go out. We don't go driving, and I mean, we don't have that whole fast-paced life that we had when we lived in Chicago or we lived in. We just don't have that. But I mean, that's just not. I mean, we don't have roads. We do have dirt roads. Don't get me wrong, but when we go into Anchorage and we can drive past 30 miles an hour, like, wow, our vehicle go faster than 30. This is awesome. But we do four wheeling here and that kind of stuff. But yeah, so it's going to help us adjust to the faster pace of life of South Bend, Indiana. Yeah, Taylor, it's going to get crazy. I mean, like, but I'm still making my own cappuccinos. That's one thing I won't be doing is spending $10 a day at Starbucks or more. So yeah, but so the first time, well, we moved many, many times in our life, but we moved to Buchanan, Michigan, and we're moving in. The day we're moving in, we got all of our stuff coming in a U-Haul in the back, and we get a call from Dana's mom, who I love Mary, but anyone who's met Mary, and I see some of you guys on here, you've met Mary. Mary is a little crazy in a good way. So sometimes you're like, okay, Mary, you're crazy. And she said, hey guys, the world's coming to an end. So somebody shot. I mean, she told us everything that was going on. The World Trade Center and all this. And we're like, Mary, stop watching movies. That's not really happening. And we didn't believe her. Honest to God, we didn't believe her. So we turned on the TV. We saw everything that was going on. So we're moving into our brand new ministry called the Eclipse in Buchanan, Michigan during 9/11 while it's happening. So all this chaos is happening. And we moved into this fully funded, well, not fully funded, but we moved into this ministry that came with financing, so to speak, of funding from people that were giving. And big ups, Bucktown. Ha, 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 ha. So here we come into leaving without jobs or anything, coming into this full-time ministry that we live there with the financing, so to speak, that came with it for the people that were donating towards the ministry, and lost everything in one day. Because as you know, a lot of nonprofits lost all of their funding or a lot of funding during 9/11. But I remember it really well because our kids were pretty young, but young enough just. Jeremy doesn't remember 9/11. Kylie did remember 9/11. So Jeremy was a Gen Z. Kylie was a millennial. Ask me about that later if you don't know what that means. But I remember clearly Jeremy and Kylie were sitting at the front door because we had all plate glass front. The whole front of the building was plate glass windows. And then this beautiful front door. And they're like, Mommy, Daddy, there's a parade outside. And there were cars lined up. And we were had to be almost a half a mile from the gas stations. They were lined up to get into the gas stations all the way down to where we lived. And that was our first day moving in. Well, that's one life-changing for the world move. So then we moved to Florida. Moving to Florida wasn't so bad, with the exception of we moved because we pretty much had the Eclipse ripped out from underneath us, but that's a whole nother story. So when it was time to move from Florida, we spent a year planning our departure from Florida back up north. And guess what happens? The recession. Oh yeah. Yeah. Remember that? The recession where the world turned upside down. We still talk about it right now because that's the last time that the market crashed. And back then, gas didn't go down to $1. By the way, just for the record, here's something really cool. Fun fact about living in Nome. While you guys are bragging about how your gas prices went down, we just had a gas increase. We went from $4.99 to $5.08. Yeah. because the gas prices went down, ours went up. Yeah. Getting close to another one now. Another decrease? Yeah, well, I've been watching the market, and yeah, let's just say the word for today, if it makes sense to anybody, is red. Red. My stocks, man, it's buy, 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 buy. But wait, because it's still dipping. Don't buy today. Just wait. Be patient. Be patient. If you're buying stocks, it's too early. Wait for the final dip. If you buy today, then you'll be getting nervous when it drops tomorrow or the next day, and then you just want to get even when it comes back, and then you won't make any money. But red, no, recession is not coming. Don't kid yourself. People like you that cause recession. It's called based on fear and panic. No, we don't have roads. Well, we do have roads. They're dirt roads, but they don't go anywhere. One leads to a river, and it just dead ends in a river. Now, it used to be the river, you could ford the river, but it's just you can't anymore. And then you could look across and see another village on the other side. One does lead to a village called Teller. And it's pretty cool because it goes to another part of the Bering Sea, and that is pretty cool. And the other one leads to nothing. It leads to as far as your four-wheeler can go. Basically, it leads to hunting grounds. And they're all beautiful drives to go out and drive and see. But I'm buying a 4-bedroom house for $299. You know what happens when you buy a 4-bedroom house for $299? Yeah, good luck with that. So, all right. So then now here we are. We're in Florida. We're getting ready to move, and no one's thrown the word out for me yet. So I just got to keep telling my own stories. Just saying. I'm just saying. And it's already 7:17. So we're in Florida, and we're getting ready to leave. We plan for a year. For a year, we're planning on this move, and the recession kicks our butts. We're in a condo. We're living life, doing well, and everything crashes because the job I'm in, I was selling timeshare. Now, judge me if you want, but I got something to say if you judge me. Too bad. I loved it. I loved the job. I worked for very reputable companies. I worked for Starwood. I worked for Hilton. I worked for not Marriott. Did not work for Marriott. No. I worked for I don't remember all the companies I worked for, because in that world, it wasn't about loyalty to a company. It was about loyalty to the world of timeshare, because you worked up by moving over. The only way to work up was by, a resume there. If you were there 6 months, people didn't care. It looks bad on the outside. When you do show your resume outside of that world, it looks terrible. But inside that world, you do well here, and this company snags you, and you move up. And then this company snags you and moves up. And then this company, and it's fully expected within that world. Because they'll never move you up within the company unless you're connected somehow. So this company will hire you, this company will snag you and move you up, and this company say, hey, we want you, and they'll bring you higher. That's how you move up in timeshare world. It's insane, but that's how they do it. So I'm moving up. I'm playing the ladder game. And then the recession hits. And what do you need to buy timeshare? Credit. Well, people would want to buy timeshare from me, but they couldn't get credit. So all this that I was making went. So my finances went. So life got a little tough. And we went from living in this nice 4-bedroom condo. I mean, Kylie had her own master bedroom and with her own master bathroom, because it was a 2 masters setup. Jeremy had his own bedroom and bathroom also, but Kylie had the same master bedroom and bathroom that Dana and I had. I mean, it was this beautiful condo that we had, and we had to get rid of that and move back into the RV. And then we went from moving in the RV to, we still made our trip back home in an RV, paying $5 a gallon. Pulling an RV Mom and not. I don't know what that means, Todd. $5 a gallon with a truck that got about 6 miles to the gallon to drive back to Michigan over 1,000 miles. You want to talk about an expensive trip. And we still had to pull a trailer, a black trailer. I mean, we had a bunch of stuff to pull. So we had 2 trailers to pull. It was not cheap. Not cheap. So Mom and Norm say hi. Hey, Mom and Norm. What, are you with Mom and Norm? That's not social distancing. Hey, Michigan, get your crap straight. You wonder why you're on TV all the time. Come on, social distancing. All right, so yeah, and here we are now, ready to move again. 3,500 miles, our biggest move yet. And we're dealing with COVID. So that is my story. It's the end of the world as we know it, but I feel fine. So this is my last week of broadcasting live from Nome, Alaska. And I'm just going to do a little quick, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Let's see if it'll focus. You can't really see it, but that is the Bering Sea that is almost opened up way out there. That is what I get to see every morning when I wake up. Oh, yeah. Todd, where's Mom? Why are you better be Zooming with her. That better be a Zoom conference. You better not be with Mom. Mom's over 65. She shouldn't even leave the house. Right, Tammy? Yeah. Oh, I'm upset. So, hey, I need somebody here. Let me just prompt you because you guys aren't doing it on your own. Hold on a minute. Watch this. Boom. Morning, Sharon. We might as well have called today's late to the party because everyone's joining late today, but that's okay because I'm here. I made it, actually. I won't even go see my mom with all this going on, especially working at the hospital. You tell him, Dave. You hear that? There's Dave, one of our essential workers, saying he won't even go see his mom. You hear that, Mom? You hear that, Norm? You hear that, Todd? Good morning, Sharon. It was my Aunt Sharon's birthday. Everybody say happy birthday, Aunt Sharon. I mean, it's not today. It's over already, but it just passed. Turtles. Oh, thank you for a word. Seems how we got, let's see, how many minutes left? 7:23. So my sister loves turtles. Guess which kind of turtle she likes? Anybody want to guess? Okay, yes, I heard it. I heard somebody say it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. She loved them so much, she had them painted on the wall. So, yeah, my sister still to this day, she's, well, how old am I? She's 44, 45 years old. She loves her Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. To the point, well, I can't tell that story. No, I won't embarrass my sister. I would embarrass my brother, but I won't embarrass my sister. All right, I'll tell a different story. So, because I love my sister. I love my brother, too. You get it. If you have a brother and a sister, you get what I'm saying. That's enough said there. I digress. So, I remember this time, we were the first time I learned what a snapping turtle was. Anybody know what a snapping turtle is? Anybody find out the hard way? I was this guy that loved to rescue animals, and we were driving down the road, and there was this giant turtle in the middle of the road, and people kept on driving really close by, just swerving by it. So I get out, and I'm going to help this turtle get off the road. So I get out, and I start to pick up this turtle. So I'm going down, and I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to pick up the turtle. And this turtle, okay, so this turtle is about this big, all right, the shell. And it's in its shell. I already did what? What did I already do? Did I already embarrass Sherry? Oops. Okay, so this turtle is about this big, and I go down, and it's in its shell, it's all sucked in, and I go down to reach this, and I go pick up this turtle, and I'm walking, okay, and I set the thing down, and as soon as I set it down, this thing, I don't know what I did. It's like I hit the wrong button or I rubbed him the wrong way. And I set that turtle down. And that turtle, as soon as I set it on the ground, it just, man, they got long necks. It just came around and it just snapped. Its leg and its mouth, it just came at me. It missed me. But you want to talk about attack mode? I know why they call them the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Because this thing came at me. I'm just trying to rescue this thing from being one of two things happen in Michigan. You get run over or somebody picks you up and puts it in the trunk for turtle soup. Because I've seen that happen too before where I've tried to rescue a turtle and somebody beat me to it and put it in the trunk. So, but if you've never been attacked by a snapping turtle, oh my gosh, you don't know what you're missing. It is freaky because those things attack. And you want to talk about, this little head that sticks out. Let me tell you what. It sticks out. I could tell you another story when I think about it sticks out, but I won't tell you that. Well, I will tell you that. You know what? Who cares? So we were, and this is one of those get me in trouble stories. We were driving in Edwardsburg, Michigan, and there, this is so bad. And our kids were younger. This is really bad. And they had an elephant. Oh, Star Wars. If I got time, I'll get to that. Yeah, Tammy, just wait for this one. Just wait for this one. Our kids were younger. And there was an elephant. We were supposed to go see this elephant. And needless to say, they had to shut down they couldn't have people come see the elephant. And as we drove by, it was shut down. It was like at the VFW or something. I don't know why there was an elephant. I just don't even remember why, but I remember the elephant very well. And as we drove by, all you could see was this. You're gonna have to use your imagination. And then imagine the questions that my kids asked after they saw this. Here's the elephant. Okay? And my kids are asking a whole bunch of questions about why is the elephant. Yeah. You wonder why they shut down that display. I will never forget it. Yeah, that happened. And it's stuck right here. Stuck clearly. See the things that trigger? Somebody says turtles and elephant comes to mind. Not just elephant, but... All right, well, Star Wars... I got 2 minutes left, and I will end with Star Wars, because may the 4th be with you, because it is definitely National Star Wars Day today. I'll tell you, I'm old enough that I saw Star Wars live. Well, not live, but, in the theater. My grandma actually, and I just, God bless her, she's with the Lord now. She took my brother and I both separately, because we had what we called special days. And we could do whatever we wanted to do within reason, of course. And my brother and I both chose to go see Star Wars. We did that. She took us to Raiders of the Lost Ark. She saw a lot of things. But we both saw Star Wars with my grandma the year that it released at the theater. And talk about an amazing grandma. We're coming up on Mother's Day this week. And, Mother's Day is a mixed emotion day for a lot of people. I mean, it's good, it's bad. Take it how you want to take it. For a lot of people, it's an amazing week. For a lot of people, it's a hard week. So we'll go with whatever you feel about that week. But amazing woman. She took us to see Star Wars twice in the same week, or in the same period of time. But I remember my brother and I, we had that thing memorized. We would sit out there in her driveway, because we spent the summers at my grandma's, and we would out there acting out Star Wars. Of course, which character do you think I played? Anyone want to guess? See if anybody's right. Anybody want to guess? You saw it at the drive-in double feature. with Every Which Way But Loose. Oh yeah, that was a good movie too. Clint Eastwood. Yeah, Clint Eastwood. Yeah. Uh, Darth Vader, of course. Somebody thought was going to say Princess Leia, weren't you? I know somebody was going to say Princess Leia. No, of course I was Darth Vader. But yeah, so that was my original memory of Star Wars. Is my grandma taking me to see Star Wars in what was that 1978 or something? Uh, no, I had to do the fighting scenes. I wanted to remember. I wanted to kill people. Man, what kind of kid was I? I wanted to kill people. Not that way. I wasn't. This wasn't like I wasn't that kind of kid. But remember, that's the days where you could play. Let's be real, okay? When I was a kid, we played guns. That you went out in the yard, in the whole neighborhood, picked up a stick, and you played guns. And you went around the neighborhood shooting everybody. I mean, that's just what you did. It was fun. You played hide and seek, and you picked up a stick, and you go pew 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 pew. Well, that's after Star Wars came out. You did pew before it. Boom 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 boom. Got you. No, you missed. No, I got you. No, I shot you in the butt. No, you missed me. No, I shot you in the head. You're done. You're dead. Get down. Ollie Ollie income free. Yeah, those are the good old days. I'm getting out the Millennium Falcon. That is my Millennium Falcon, Todd. I got that for Christmas from Santa Claus. Yeah. So, yeah, the good old days. So, listen, I will be here all week, maybe. No, I plan to actually get my butt out of bed. To be honest, last Friday, I woke up, I'm just being honest with you, I woke up and like, I don't have it in me. I don't know I just don't feel like talking. I know that sounds crazy to a lot of you that I don't feel like talking, but I just don't. And I fell back asleep and I got up at like 11 a.m., which is like 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is what I'll be on in a week from now. But yeah, so that's it for Bedhead Chat with Chad today. I will see you guys all tomorrow. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, it's only, everybody with me, a day away. And here's for you, Dave Comstock. Yes. All right, love you guys. Remember, no showers, no shaving, no haircuts. Nothing is needed for Bedhead Chat with Chad. We'll see you all tomorrow.